Minor scales. You will remember when I started explaining major scales, I referred to the modes. So the mode that developed into the minor scale was the Aeolian. And the characteristic of the minor is that it has a semitone between 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. But over time, composers started raising the 7th note to include that semitone movement between 7 and 8 that we see in the major scale. So minor scales over time developed into two different kinds, a harmonic and a melodic. I will show you the difference. But before we get to the different kinds of minors, let's just first see how do I establish the sharps or the flats that I'm to use in a particular minor scale. We are back at the circle of fifths. So if I now have to establish the sharps or the flats that belong to a particular minor scale, we are going to partner up major and minor scales. Just like C major only used white notes, it didn't need to include any sharps or flats to maintain the major pattern. A minor also doesn't need any sharps or flats. So if you want your semitone between 2 and 3 and another semitone between 5 and 6, A, B, C, there's my semitone. D, E, F, there's my semitone between 5, 6, and then 7, 8. So A minor used only white notes to maintain the pattern of whole tones, except between 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. In the same way, in G major, which only had one sharp, E minor will use the same pattern. E, F sharp, because I want a whole tone from 1 to 2, and then semitone from 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, there's my semitone, 7, 8. So E minor only needed an F sharp to give it the minor pattern. So now I can work out what every minor is that partners up with a major. We call them relatives. Like cousins, they have the same key signature, the same sharps or the same flats. So D major partners up with B minor, A major partners up with F sharp minor, E major with C sharp minor, B major with G sharp minor, F sharp major with D sharp minor, and C sharp major with A sharp minor. And the flats, F major partners up with D minor, B flat major with G minor, E flat major with C minor, A flat major with F minor, D flat major with B flat minor, G flat major with E flat minor, and C flat major with A flat minor. If you go back to your keyboard, you will notice that the major and its relative minor, the minor that it partners with, is always 3 semitones lower. So C major, I go 1, 2, 3 semitones lower, takes me to A minor. G major, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 semitones lower, takes me to E minor. D major, 1, 2, 3 semitones, takes me to B minor. Let's look at the flats. F, 1, 2, 3 semitones lower, takes me to D minor. B flat major, 1, 2, 3 semitones lower, takes me to G minor. So when I write the relative minor scale, I will start on A, end on A, and use no sharps or flats, just like its partner C major. When I write E minor, I will write from E to E, using the F sharp that belongs to G major and E minor, this partnership. Same with B minor. B minor will start and end on B and use the same sharps as its relative D major.